Hey, what's up everybody? This is your girl Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous. I'm doing well. Necklace, get your life. I'm saying, I hate when I'm editing and I look back and like my hair is off or my necklace or something. Hair, get your life. It's giving me curl under and I don't like that. I don't. I like wisp, and this side of my hair is doing excellent. This side, I don't know what it's doing. I just took up a whole 20 seconds. Hey, what's up everybody? This is your girl Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous. I'm doing well. And yes, it's about that time for another What You Say Happen Now. Honey, I have so much to talk about. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Be sure to go ahead and like this video. I would really appreciate it. Big shout outs to my sponsor for this video, Miss Sarcas. Please check her out. We have a great giveaway that's coming up in a future haul video of mine, and I hope that you guys are really excited about it. But check her out. She does her daily vlogs, and I loved her mixed up vlog, so please check her out. All of her information is going to be down below. First thing that I want to hit on is going to be Paula Deen. I talked about Paula Deen last week, but I wanted to hit on her again this week. Honey, let me say, not literally. The reason why Paula's all over the news and in the newspapers and her endorsements have been dropped, reason being is because she was accused of using the N-word while she was at her restaurants, and now she has stepped forth and apologized, and she recently had a interview with Matt Lauer on the Today Show where it's been everywhere, plastered everywhere, of her crocodile tears saying, please forgive me. I don't even know words that start with the letter N. Like, she was reaching, honey. And she said the reason why this came about is because of a robbery that was about 30 years ago, and I still didn't get that story correctly. Like, it still didn't come together for me. So Paula, baby girl, you just have a lot going on right now, Puddin'. You do. I still feel the same way I did last week when I told her to go sit down somewhere, all right? Now she's losing endorsements with Walmart, Target, Smithfield's. Honey, I mean, all of her endorsements are just going down the drain. Even Food Network was like, baby girl, deuce, you got to go. So Paula, you need to get your life, honey bun. Get your life, Puddin'. Just sit down somewhere. You need to be playing with your little grandkids before something happens to you, because you're sickly as well. For her to say, you guys can throw stones at me if you've never said something you wish you could take back. Honey, you don't have to say all that. Just say I did it, I'm so sorry, and move it along and hope your fans and followers follow you. But all that Paula Deen cookware, I don't know what Walmart's gonna do with it. Next up, I wanted to hit on this Trayvon Martin / Zimmerman trial. Okay, it's been days and days. Actually, we're only on day 3 when I'm recording this, but it feels like days and days and days that we have been talking about this, and there have recently been more witnesses coming up to the stand, and the main witness that everyone has been talking about is Trayvon's friend who was on the phone with him before he died. Everybody's jumping on her neck, talking about her, throwing all these slurs at her. It's just a lot that's going on with her because she doesn't quote unquote have proper grammar, and she doesn't know proper etiquette while she's in court. Who does? If it would have been my friend and I was on the phone with him and you want me to recollect what happened almost a year ago, honey, I'd be scratching my head too and needing a cigarette. If you don't know, you just don't know. Now, I will say, for her to be on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook talking about her court nail, and she need a blunt after getting off the stand, yes, that was a bit much. Somebody should have said, baby girl, don't you be on Twitter, don't you be doing all that. But she doesn't know. I was kind of like, oh my, that's different, but that is her. She doesn't know. So everybody's always quick to point the finger, but if you were in that same situation, what would you be doing? And I'm so glad she was like, didn't you just ask me that? I loved it, because she basically shut him down like, don't you ask me no more of them questions. Honey, I don't know. If I told you that's what I meant, that's what I meant. And I loved her for that. I loved it. And I'd be the same way, honey. Some new music is out for this week. I've been listening to Wale's The Gifted, also Isaac Curry, Resets, so definitely check them out. Kanye West, he has sold over 300,000 records last week for Yeezus. Now, Yeezus is not one of my favorite Kanye. Actually, it's not even in my top. How many records does he put out? I don't even listen to it. How about that? He can buy Northwest some really nice diapers with that. I never hit on Kanye and Kim's baby being called Northwest. Northwest. Does she have a middle name, or is it just Northwest? Like, did they automatically be like, okay, we just gonna call you? I like Cadence better. I wish they would have just named that baby Cadence like everybody had been talking about. I just wish that's what would have happened. I did get a chance to check out on TV this past Sunday. She had a next chapter with Viola Davis, Felicia Rashad, Gabrielle Union, as well as Alfre Woodard. And they basically talked about black women in Hollywood and what they go through and the do's and the don'ts and all of that. So I'm just gonna go through each person and tell you exactly how I felt about them. Gabrielle talked about how she was a mean girl for almost all of her life, and even when she was successful, she would break down other people, other black women as well, just so she could get ahead. She figured when she was successful, nobody else could touch her. I am glad that over the years that Gabrielle Union, she's become a little bit nicer, but she always has that mean girl tendency when she's in her roles. Deliver Us from Eva, I felt like that was her all the way, all day. She even referenced that whole Olivia Pope, Kerry Washington, like she went out for it. I can't think of anybody else who would do that role better than Kerry Washington, just because, I don't know, she put on that game face. If Gabrielle Union was Olivia Pope, like, she'd be mean. Like, I'm just saying, like, she automatically had that mean cast over her, and I don't know how I would get out of that. Same thing with Megan Good. She's always like, she got that extra. Even on Eve's Bayou, she was just real stank sometimes. I'm trying to get out of that, seeing them typecasted for those type of roles. She really spoke for the young demo in Hollywood as a black woman. She talked about the do's and don'ts now with Twitter and Facebook, and how on certain flyers, you have the light-skinned girl and the dark-skinned girl, and she was really speaking the truth. And Felicia Rashad, her facial expressions were kind of like, girl, bye. Honey, I didn't grow up in that, and I'm not even looking at that. But at the same time, that happens now, today, in 2013, whereas 20 years ago, you didn't have flyers for those type of things. It really sparked from Gabrielle's speech that she had at an Essence banquet. So I'm glad that Gabrielle did that speech, because it was needed. Alfre Woodard basically said, you know, that I am underrated, and I feel as though the roles that I've done, I enjoyed them, and I stay in my lane, and I'm supportive, and I just do what I do, and I'm happy to be up here with y'all. Alfre Woodard, she's also been typecast as the same person over time, but at the same time, she was like, well, what else can I play? Felicia Rashad, of course, she is the staple as Claire Huxtable, and she's looked at as like, oh my God, she's amazing, and she is. Like, she sat there like, honey, no, nobody's going to knock me off of my rocker. If you don't like me, I don't care. We set a standard, and that's it. She was like, I'm not even listening to this foolishness. And over them, they called her out at the end, because they were like, Felicia, your expressions the whole show gave us complete life. Complete life. Viola Davis, I love what she said. She was saying, hey, you know, I'm proud of the work that I put in as an artist. It's a gift. It's art. So if somebody doesn't like it who's typing up, that's their problem. People don't want to criticize the art or me acting. People want to criticize what they see. Just the visual standpoint of what's been shown over time. When they were talking about having an Oscar and things like that, it really kind of was like, yay, Halle, but it didn't mean anything for the rest of the black women, because they were still in a fishbowl. They have to fight to be that token one. So it was a good show. I liked it. I wish they would have dug a little bit deeper, but they stayed on the surface, and that's how Oprah's next chapters are. But the show after that, I believe it was called Dark Girls. I was tweeting and I was saying, oh my God, this documentary is gonna piss me off. And a lot of you guys were like, oh my God, Miss P, don't turn it. And why would you say that? I say it because it's still ridiculous that light skin versus dark skin is still prevalent in our society as black people. And it's not just other people that are saying light skin versus dark skin, it's our own race. I never grew up like that. Like, oh my God, you light bright. I hear it now that I'm older, and it's crazy. I wasn't raised like that, to be like, yeah, I'm light skin. I never do that. I don't even categorize myself as light skinned, if you really want to know. It was just sad to see the different stories and to hear from not only black people but white people as well, and different minority groups. It was hard to watch, but at the same time, seeing different African American artists or actors and actresses on Twitter just talking about how it was when they were trying to get to a certain place. Not only their just being black, but it was their complexion that held them back. And I was like, oh my God, really? Like, seriously? It's crazy. I didn't want to do a video solely on it. I have in the past, but it was just on black people putting black people down in general. Not necessarily light skin versus dark skin, but I mean, it's just ridiculous that that is still prevalent in our society today. Just saying. I did want to hit on the R&B Divas reunion, ATL reunion part 1. Faith Evans was like, honey, I left halfway through the season. Do you think I'm gonna come back for the reunion? No, thank you. Big shout out to Joe Claire for boring me to death. Just saying, I was bored out of my mind. I was sitting there like, that's how I was. I was like, what kind of host moderation is this? And then Cheryl Lee Ralph is going to be on part 2. I'm just not feeling this at all. Not at all. Angie Stone, her little weave was set. I was like, okay, Angie, that's how you do that. Her little whiteboard from CVS. I was like, ma'am, no thank you. Please don't do the whiteboard. Don't you? No, just talk, baby. That's all you got to do. Nikki was looking white, casket ready. That red lip was everything to me, though. But that, no thanks. We finally get to hear them scat sing or whatever they were doing throughout the commercials, but it was still a mess. All this back and forth about that freaking DVD with Selena Johnson and Nikki Gilbert. At the end of the day, where is the DVD distributed now? Like, can I pick it up? Can I go to Amazon and look at it? Because I need to see the products, okay? They're still going back and forth. I believe there's some, I want to know who Marcelo is. I want to meet him. I want him to sit down and talk with both of them because I don't see the story. I mean, something's left out. It's still like this Paula Deen situation. There is something left out of this and I don't know what's wrong. I don't get it. Part 2 will be up on July the 10th and this was so quick because it was really nothing for me to talk about for the R&B Divas reunion. It was a mess. Now is the moment we have all been waiting for. I save all of my energy to do this love and hip hop review. Honey, this one was messy and I can't wait. So let's dive in like Trey Songz, okay? Mimi meets with Messy Carly to talk about Nika. Carly, she's a real good snake. She's an awesome snake. She just slithers. I bet her tongue is long. She is a snake. She's a good snake though. You know how some people, they just spew out information. Her information is correct. Like she has sources. She can give you DNA samples. She has voodoo dolls. Like she is set. She's ready to go. She's full of information, but you can't keep her around for drinks or nothing. Like you can't trust her to hold your purse while you go to the bathroom because you don't know what she's gonna put in there. It's gonna be a rat or something, an old peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like it's just gonna be a mess. Jocelyn and Stevie meet up and she waltzes out like whoever does the shooting for Love and Hip Hop where they just get the feet where they're walking in, stop. It was just a mess. Like Jocelyn had her own introduction. Like she just walked in and had her entrance. It was too messy. Jocelyn and Stevie, they want to be the new Barack and Michelle. I didn't know what Barack and Michelle they were referencing because I only know one, and that's the president and the first lady. And I really don't think they meant them. I hope not Jesus, because that never Barack and Michelle my ass. He should have been like, we're the modern day Ike and Tina, girl. You know, Jocelyn can't go nowhere because her tie to the show is Stevie and they drama. So of course they're gonna get back together and give it a beef kick and Stevie, yeah, I love you, Stevie. Scrappy, he was going to jail because he didn't pee in a little cup. Well, what had happened was he did show up to pee in the cup, but the cup with the pee in it was cold. So his PO was like, nah, bro, we can't take that. So it looked like he never even gave a sample. He went to go talk to his lawyer, you feel like is me, and he asked for Mama D as well as Erica to come over. I would have thumped Scar, aka Mama D, in her forehead, jumping at me, talking about why is she here? No help, but why are you here? What can you do? Do you have any bail money? What are you here for? I know you're the mother, but what else? What can we do for Daryl? That's why we're here. I felt like, Erica, why in the world are you calling me? Call Shay, please. I take back what I said last week at K Michelle's little birthday party. Carly did not give K Michelle weave hair for nothing. She's opening up a little weave hair boutique club, strip club type of atmosphere. I don't know what she was doing, but she's gonna be selling hair. Baby Bop, aka Tracy, y'all are so mean for calling that girl Baby Bop, but it sticks. She's out there dating again. Carly was like, is he cute? And she was like, no girl, he's not cute. He got a big old head. It was hilarious how she was just dodging the question like, he's really nice and he's nothing like Drew. Is he cute, girl? I mean, he makes really good sandwiches. Carly was like, you know, can you put my new spot on the radio? And Tracy was like, Rashida has a new single entitled Hit It From the Back. Hit it from the back. Bam. First of all, how old are you? How many kids do you have? And third of all, you're preggers right now. That's how you got preggers. No. Why would you release a song called Hit It From the Back? I don't. She actually went into the studio and started doing hit it from the back. Like, I can't. I won't. She goes to see she goes to see Deb to talk about this new single and new management and just a new her. Debo was like, you know, I don't like this. I really don't. I don't see what you're trying to do, Rashida. Debo got a new wig and I like it. I do love how direct Deb is. She was like, how do I brand you? Babies are Russ, toys are Russ. What do I do with this? I was like, God, somebody deflate Debo, because she's just she has a lot of pent-up energy. I felt just like Debo. Like, who is going to embrace that you're pregnant and you talking about a song, hit it from the back? Girl, good night. And Mimi and K. Michelle, they're at church. Oh, Jesus. I felt like this was a scene from The Color Purple, and K. Michelle was going up to sing and she was going to embrace the pastor like, sinners need prayer too, Daddy. You see, I have a song too. Whatever Suge said. You know what I'm talking about. I knew K. Michelle was going to do a rousing rendition of I Won't Complain. Like, the way she just brought that mic up. I've had some good day. I was like, yes, K. Michelle. I knew you were going to do either His Eye is on the Sparrow or I Won't Complain. And you did one of those two Negro spirituals. You did. The modern day Negro spiritual is His Eye is on the Sparrow or I Won't Complain. Of course, she was starting to cry and eat the mic. And everybody was like, yes, Jesus. And Mimi was like, why did Arian look like Madeline? You remember Madeline from a long time ago, that little cartoon? She looked just like Madeline. K. Michelle wanted to apologize for bopping Mimi with the flowers. She was like, because you weren't at my birthday. And I really wanted you at my birthday. Everybody was crying but Mimi. It was K. Michelle. She was like, Arian. And Mimi was like, Mimi was like, you know what, Kay? You know what, Arian? I'm out of gas. 87, 93 premium diesel. I'm out of gas. I was like, yes, you better give me Angela Bassett, whisper, cry. Arian, just shut up and go home. What was you bawling about? What was you crying for? You did it. Scrappy has to turn himself in. Bye-bye, Daryl. Bye-bye. It's time for Tracy's date, and Tracy walks in just like this. Hold on. You don't get your ass in that bar and get a seat. Sit down and look like you were expecting something. Don't set the stage. You look like this was a setup. Tracy, God. She turns around and little big head gets her horse and carriage. I was like, oh, that was cute though. I was like, that is so cute. I liked it. I liked it. They talking and she talking about, you know, my baby father. And you know, it's he was the one that I loved and he betrayed me. And you look, I've heard about you. And it's like, it's the first date. Like, Jesus, can y'all warm up? Can you get to the restaurant? And he was like, yeah, I'm a reformed whore, but you know, I'm trying my best, honey. I'm trying my best. He was like, I've done a 360 change, which really means I'm still the same person I was. Maybe Tracy might keep him around as a cut buddy. You never know. Mimi and Stevie and the baby meet. There's no Lex anymore. That baby knew what was up about Stevie. She was like, it's daddy's fault. Daddy ain't no good. And Mimi was like, you right. I done taught you well, girl. I taught you well. Rashida has hot fire coming out her asshole. First of all, Rashida, that line, disturbing. That should only happen when you've been eating like hot Cheetos or any type of hot spicy food. That's not a turn on, I don't think. She's at her video shoot and the guy's standing around just like this and she's Debo is hilarious. She was invited. She was like, y'all need to do something in the video. I don't believe it. Debo was like, those tits are out and we know that you're pregnant. Get your life. Kurt comes in talking about don't touch the business account. I was so confused. Like, did she leave a note like, okay, we're recording for Love and Hip Hop today. Come to the shoot, act like an ass so that we can stay on the show, okay? Talk about don't touch the business account. Talk about those different things. Make sure your Adam's apple is extra shiny. Those type of things we need, all right? She pretty much technically said the marriage was over and he was like, so we can do whatever we want to do. They act like they are just dating or they're just in a relationship, no strings. Y'all got some steps to go through. Debo asked the same thing. I think she's cut from the same material, tablecloth, as Kirk. She was like, why are you pregnant, girl, if you want to do all this stuff? And Rashida was like, I have a new crayon line and watercolors and hair and nail polish. And Debo was like, so? And I understand that Rashida's mad. She wants to get her stuff out, but nobody's really believing in her. She's pregnant. That's a lot to take on. But at the same time, I do agree with Debo. That's a lot that you just put out. Like, you're just putting stuff out and it's gonna go nowhere. I've seen the video. Carly's Weave and Hair Champagne studio is open for business. There's a lot of people there. Everybody's shocked. But, you know, everybody be sleeping on Carly. I don't know what she be doing, but she be getting the people there. Erica and Tracy talking about, I hope the weave is good. Honey, theirs wasn't blended like it should have been for this episode. The light was too much on their weave hair, and it wasn't blending. So they need to be quiet. Maybe they need to hit up Carly Red, okay? Here comes Shay, messy Tracy, but you guys know Tracy needs a storyline, so you knew she was going to invite Shay. Shay and Erica, they proceed to holler. Shay was like, yo, it's on. Get this bitch. She was taking off all of her jewels, and it was just too much. So she's taken out of the whole place. She scratches her own self, and just in a fit of rage for no reason. Tracy needed to sit down. She in the middle of both of them. Girl, your hair gonna get pulled. You gonna get scratched. You never do that. Never. That's in the fighting handbook, step number 5. Get the hell out the way. Erica was like, if she would have hit my contact, she would have died today. She'd have been in a casket, a urn, a sock. Why was Shay banging on the door like a wild ratchet animal from the North Carolina Zoo? Just bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. And I was like, what in the hell? This was too ratchet. Shay, you get the Ratchet Award for the evening. Just messy. But all in all, the whole episode was messy. Let me know what you guys thought on the different topics that I hit on for this What You Say Happen Now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And be sure to check all the links in the description bar. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless.